Last rest, motherfucker.
We're gonna do a song that you never heard before.
Great American hip hop debate.
I want to start with Brother Black, aka the Black Dawn.
His last breath entertainment all day.
No doubt, VSOP here, man, aka your favorite producer.
Welcome to the show, J Trees.
Yo, what it do, fellas? Glad to be here. You already know this, J Kid. All my niggas keep it real, my ladies keep it tight, man. 100. It's Bloodshot, aka.
I am Burns. As always, chin up, chest out, carry yourself with honor, carry yourself with pride.
The Great American Hip Hop Debate.
Somebody.
Right, come on, man. Get in your fucking opening bag.
Yeah. Welcome, world. Good afternoon. It's my usual greeting. The Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast, episode 12.
1, 2.
I'm the brother Burns, here with the brother BS.
I thought you were going to say something afterwards. That's why I didn't want to interrupt. I just wanted to acknowledge that I'm here.
All right, you're here. Welcome.
Welcome.
How are you?
I'm good, man. It's hoodie season.
That it is.
Hoodie season. Tampa niggas wouldn't know nothing about that.
Shout out to the Tampa niggas. Speaking of the Tampa chapter, got the brother Mook on the check-in.
Mookavelli.
What up? Popping my niggas. I want to acknowledge I'm here too.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, man. Fourth quarter. Let's go.
You've
Mook
arrived.
Mook Edits back in the house.
Yes, sir. It's not hoodie season yet, but it's about to be out here.
Is there a hoodie season in Tampa?
Yeah, it comes. Fourth quarter through the new year.
I can't see it, but hey, I mean, y'all adjusted to the weather down there, so it's different for y'all.
I mean, you know, it still get rugged out here. I got Tim's out here.
Tim's out there kind of sounds ridiculous.
As a New Yorker in Florida, do you wear Tim's to the beach?
No, I don't. That just doesn't make sense. Tim's to the beach.
Have you ever
Unless
worn
I'm
Tim's
knocking
to
boots.
the beach?
No, I haven't. I've worn Air Force Ones to the beach, though.
VS, have
And
you ever
Jade.
worn Tim's to the beach?
Not that I can remember, but again, like Mook, I've definitely rocked Forces to the beach.
Is Tim's to the beach like a stereotype?
It's a New York
Like a
stereotype.
New York bias?
Yeah,
It is.
it's definitely a New York
Oh.
stereotype.
I think
don't
I
know if have.
wore Tim's. I wore Tim's to the beach in Wildwood, New Jersey.
Did you wear Tim's with shorts?
I don't remember.
Oh hell yeah, I've done that. I'm not even gonna lie, I've definitely done that. I've rocked Timbs with shorts. I've rocked Timbs with sweats. You know what I mean? So don't act. You never rocked Timbs with shorts?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
That's
I
a
might-
staple in New
might
York.
freak
hell
that
yeah,
again
that's a staple in
before
New York.
before the colder weather hits.
Yeah, man, that's just cool, man. We're the only ones that do that though. Don't nobody else rock Timbs with shorts.
I don't. I think listeners, and shout out to the listeners. Shout out
Word.
to the SoundCloud listeners. The Spotify listeners, the Apple listeners. Shout out to the YouTube viewers.
Shout out to Straight Fuego Studios.
Shout out brother F. Damn, what the fuck was that?
Nothing but the fire.
Oh, I think all the listeners are well aware of the East Coast bias, and Tim's in shorts plays into that.
Tim's, yeah, definitely. Tim's and Forces are New York staples.
So sometimes I gotta ask the Tampa chapter about like New York adaptation to Southern living, right?
Yeah.
Like when you became a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, you know, you had to throw all the Giants shit away, right?
Right. How did that feel?
Yo,
how did that make you feel?
First of all, none of y'all are even Giants fans, which I'm ashamed of.
Man, fuck
none
the
of y'all.
Giants.
I'm ashamed of that. And second of all, I was out here in Buccaneers Stadium wearing blue, wearing my Lawrence Taylor jump off with my Giants fitted.
LT is the only Giant I will ever respect. That's it.
You need to.
Him,
you need
that's
to
it.
respect that man.
Fuck everybody else on the team.
LT is the only other LT I acknowledge.
Who's the first? I'm afraid to ask, but go ahead. Who's the first?
BLT.
Slap yourself. Just go ahead and slap yourself right now.
Oh, no.
No, I'm bugging.
That's the last thing I expected to hear.
Yeah, but I knew it was going to be something terrible. I knew it. I seen it in his face, man, because he was warming up. He was waiting. Please, somebody ask.
Oh, man.
The joke only works if you ask.
Matter of fact, in the new Shaq movie that came out, which is trash, by the way.
New Shaq movie?
Shaft. The Shaft movie.
Shaft. Oh, yeah. I was actually watching that the other night.
It was trash to me, but anyway, and he sends Little Man a Super Bowl ring worn by LT. It he gave it to him.
I missed that part.
And it is part of the movie. Whatever. It's mad funny because he's in part one. Lawrence Taylor. I don't know if you remember that he pushes him into like his own party, like a retirement party or some shit that they have for him in part one. And so, you know, that's my dude, man. So I was rocking the blue in Buck Stadium when we got the W. First game for our boy Daniel Jones, DJ.
Yo, you ever seen the movie Twins with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your boy Daniel Jones is Eli Manning's like Danny DeVito and shit. Y'all drafted Eli Manning again.
Eli is Danny DeVito and Daniel Jones is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Get the fuck. So y'all souped off that dude, huh?
Listen. Don't hate on Danny Dimes. All right,
I'm just saying, you think he's legit?
I hope so. We'll say that.
Oh, all right.
He's won two games so far. The debut, that was the best game I think I've ever been to. It has to be the best game I've been to because we won by a missed field goal in Buck Stadium, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, all right.
But, you know, let's bring it back. Let's reel it back.
Yes, thank you. With your little sports break and shit. Don't nobody give a fuck about the Giants.
Nah, I just wanted to shit on the Giants, man. Fuck the Giants.
And you a Tampa fan anyway.
ESPN.
Yeah, plus you a Tampa fan.
Come on, man.
But nah,
Tampa
being from New York / New Jersey, relocating to Florida, you know, whatever. Excuse me.
Yeah. Like we keep tradition alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We do get into.
It ties back to our East Coast bias.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we're still on the East Coast when it's all said and done. We just southeast, you know. But we bring that everywhere we go. You know, it's tradition. It's not something that we're just gonna let go because we live somewhere else or visit somewhere else.
True that.
You know.
Yeah. True.
That's
you adapt to some things. Yeah, you adapt to some things, but you know, we'll never trade our Yankee fitteds and our Giants fitteds. Hell no.
But not Tim's to the beach. You should try that.
Tim's to the beach is that, you know, the beach out here is different. You know, it's not Atlantic Ocean. Like we in the Gulf on this side, so you get it's more annoying than anything else getting a bunch of sand in your fucking Timbs. It's not like out there that the sand is already patted down. Over here it's like soft, you know?
The sand here is gross.
Soft sand ass nigga.
You were. these niggas out
So I'm
there.
saying, it's Paradise 5. Y'all better get with it. I'm saying,
But to
man,
tie that back,
I'm right there for Miami.
Yeah.
4
Shout out to
hours,
Miami.
right?
Oh, shout out to Brian D. And
Yeah.
Brian D, yeah. He was
and
the first.
the rest of the
Dookie.
brethren. Tying that back into today's episode, where we want to discuss the top MCs out of New Jersey, and I guess we want to try to figure out our favorites.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Or who has best represented the state. Before we do that, we want to introduce a new segment to be hosted by Mook Edits. Mook Edits is calling it current events. So he worked hard on the he worked hard on the title.
How did you come up with that title, bro? That's tough, man. I would have never came up with that.
I mean, once I thought of it, as long as it took, it took me several days, but it was like magic. It was brilliant,
Oh, that's what I smell
like
burning.
lightning in a bottle.
That's what I smell burning.
Exactly. I was drinking lightning in a bottle.
The hamster in the fucking in your head was like running overtime and shit.
What's that drink with lightning?
Smoke.
Is it like Bud Lightning or some shit? Lightning ice? I don't know.
My man said Bud Lightning, yo. You stupid.
That shit sounds terrible.
But there's a beer, right? Isn't there a beer with lightning on it?
And beyond.
I don't know, dude.
Nah, Mook, you don't remember that there's like a beer with a lightning? Damn, is it like a Bud Light or some shit?
That's gotta be Dove's beer. Isn't that Dove's beer from The Simpsons and shit? A lightning bolt.
I'm a duff you, nigga.
I'm a duff you.
I don't know. Anyway, so go ahead. Set it off on your current events.
Yes, sir.
I'm expecting to hear like some ill theme music, so I want to let that play. And then
okay, we'll
hit
do that.
Hit me with something. Cause you know what? I think I was thinking about this segment, and being that not that current events bother me, but some of the shit going on be so bullshit. Like, in my opinion, like I think a lot of the current events that are happening are like corny niggas doing corny shit.
Everybody's
I get it.
viral, man.
That's why I want your opinion. I mean, we want to gauge opinion us because it's all debatable. Everything comes back to a debate. Like, think about you being in a barbershop right now. Since I got the ballsy for years, it's been a minute for
You ain't
me.
seen a barbershop since high school,
Unless I
B.
get my beard done or some shit, But it just goes. Everything comes up to debate, especially hip hop topics.
Yeah.
We some
Well,
shit
that
talking
is,
ass niggas, 24/7.
That is what birthed the creation of our platform. So go ahead, hit me with a current event so I can tell you
All right.
how much I
All
hate
right. So listeners, y'all got to keep in mind for this segment, we're going over several things that have happened within recent times. It's not like we're doing it the week of. So everything. That's another thing with hip hop. Everything becomes old news fast, especially nowadays. Everything's
It's not just hip hop though. It's basic culture.
Everything. It's culture. Everything.
Yeah, everything.
Everything is popcorn.
Microwave.
Exactly.
Microwave.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So what topics I'm going to bring up is what has been trending the most in recent times. So I'll start off with the So Brooklyn challenge. That's the if y'all don't know, it's the challenge that was set out after Casanova and Fabulous dropped a track with the craziest beat in recent memory. It's a real dope beat, in my opinion, and everybody is representing their hood. So, for example, these two cats are from Brooklyn. They're Brooklyn heavyweights now. Casanova has knocked down some barriers to become a heavyweight, and Fab, we all know Fab. So, everybody is doing like their own thing. So, for example, if you're from Jersey, whatever neighborhood, so Jersey City or so Patterson. If you're from like the Bronx, so Bronx.
All right,
so BX.
real quick. So this is an actual social media challenge that mad people are starting to do, right?
They've done it. It's
All
been
right.
out. I believe I want to say about a month.
Who's the worst one in your opinion?
So I can't say who's the worst because there's like just civilians, regular cats.
No. I'm talking about celebrities. Like, who had the worst one as far as whoever you think is a quasi celebrity or rapper?
I don't know. I'm not one to really, knock rappers down, knock people down. But I don't know. I can't say that I'm like, yo, this nigga is trash. But
why not? If he's trash, he's trash, B.
I really haven't heard one that I can say he's trash, unless it's a civilian, like I said. From the rappers that I have seen, though, that I'm like, oh, this is not bad. There's some cat named David Bars out of the BX that he's pretty nice. He did some dope shit. Damn, who else? Corey Guns.
Corey Guns. I haven't heard from Corey Guns in a minute.
He actually got a real good one. He's BX too.
Son of a gun.
There was a couple of cats out of Harlem. I want to say J.R. Ryder. He pretty much ripped it. And I can't remember too many other people. You know what I'm saying? I can't say. But my thing is, what are your thoughts on that? Like, if you know about it, or even if you don't know about it, what are your thoughts on something like a hashtag blowing up a challenge? Especially something like this, like it's a challenge of you
being that
spitting on a beat.
Being that
that's the first topic.
Before I get into my opinion, because I might be a little long-winded, being that you never heard it, VS, what do you think of the idea of what you're hearing? You know what I'm saying? Being that you never heard the actual music.
Nah, I never heard any. I've read of it, like, oh, I've seen the Soul Brooklyn Challenge, whatever, but I didn't know exactly what it was. Now that I do, I mean, I want to hear some. I want to see what it is. I want to see who's really good. I want to see who's whatever. I just still haven't seen anything, but at least it's a better, more creative challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna get some really bad ones, though. I know it. From people that don't even that shouldn't be on a mic. You know what I mean?
That's a good way to look at it. It's a positive challenge as opposed to kids eating
like Tide Pods and shit.
Pods?
Yeah, stupid shit like
All
that.
All right, from that angle, it's cool, right?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
What? Go ahead. Explain why, please. Break it down.
All right.
Play devil's advocate.
The beat is okay. I don't think it's the craziest beat ever.
I have to hear this beat now because the way this nigga described it was.
Yeah,
I gotta hear this shit.
It's fire to me. It's fire.
Yeah. Who produced it? Mook.
I'd be lying if I could tell you.
Damn, man. That y'all don't do your homework no more? Like, that was the first thing I wanted to know. Like, who's on the song, who wrote it, who produced it, like, all that shit, man. God damn.
Definitely producer state of mind. Definitely.
I don't know, man. I guess.
I'll look it up. Go ahead, Burns.
Yeah, I'm trying to play it. Oh, that's it. So it starts with like a little build up. It's an okay beat. Put it up. That's a lot of it. So it's alright, it's a cool beat.
Yeah, it's easy to spit on. It is easy to spit
groundbreaking or whatever. It's
cool.
It's easy to spit on.
Yeah.
I think whoever thought of the idea of the Soul Brooklyn Challenge should get props. I don't know if it was Casanova or maybe like if he has like a publicist or a social media team or whoever thought of the idea, they
what
got
if it
that
was
off.
Fab? Because he's
Whoever
heavy
it
on.
was.
He's heavy on fucking social media and shit.
I think they got what I would consider to be a regional hit to turn into a viral moment. And that's dope. I think I come from an era where I still think biting is like outlawed in my brain.
Oh yeah.
So everybody hopping on the same beat is weird to me. Normally if somebody puts out a song, maybe one person raps on it.
When did that
like
start?
A freestyle.
Because remember before you had jacking for beats, but you would jack a bunch of beats. You know what I'm saying? Now it's
normally-
one specific beat that everybody's on. Like
and normally when you would jack for beats, it was with purpose. Almost
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whoever's beat you was jacking, you was calling out.
yeah, right. You were beefing with him and shit.
Yeah, you was
So
taking
now
it,
another.
this
or you was taking it for yourself. You know what I mean?
But
Right,
that's what I'm
right.
saying.
It was
When
the
did
old
when
track
do you
on it.
think all this started? Where it was like, oh, we all gotta jump on this beat. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Do you? Can
It's
you?
happened before with other beats.
I'll tell you. I think I know when all this started.
When?
When Wayne dropped the Millie. Everybody and their mother rapped on that fucking beat, yo.
Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, think about it, yo. Think about it. If not that
You know,
one,
but
I'll probably say the other shit, Lollipop. Everybody and their mother rapped on that, but more people so on a Millie.
recently there's been a lot of challenges like this, though. You know, this is
what was that, So Gone shit?
ones.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
everybody-
Yeah.
So my
Yep.
issue with these challenges, it's not even an issue. I just don't like the lack of creativity because everyone is more or less doing the same format.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know. It just strikes me as unoriginal, and it gets played out quick, and it's like after a while, damn. I don't want to hear everybody on the same beat, and some of these people I don't want to hear at all. Like you said, you haven't heard Corey Guns in a minute.
Yeah.
All right, so he got on the beat, and I heard it, and it was all right, you know. But like, who really gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I will say the dopest one I heard was Uncle Murder, and Uncle Murder's, you know, he's Uncle Murder, so.
I fucks with Uncle
Yeah.
Murder, yo.
Did he have the ill
He's
ad-libs?
screaming on the
Yo,
track.
you already know the ad-libs was entertaining and the lyrics was funny as shit. So I'll give
yeah.
him props. I thought he did a really dope
That's
job.
dope.
Shoot your mom coming out the church, boo boo boo.
But other than that, I think the challenge itself is definitely played out by now. I guess shout out to everybody who participated in it. I don't know. It's just not something that calls my personal attention.
What was Murder's name in?
That's dope. That's
Money
a dope
and
take.
Violence.
That's a dope take.
You remember his name in
Uncle-
Money and Violence?
No,
Uncle Murder was in that shit?
Hell yeah. He was on season 2.
he was the brother, but I don't remember his name. Damn. All right.
So, we'll move on to the next topic. Real quick, I just remembered Young M.A. was on it too, on Flex, and she ripped it too, that bitch.
She ripped
She got
that beat.
off.
That bitch.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Word, for real.
Why you be
No,
so
she
hard?
did. I do recall that she did rip it. A little sign on that beat.
You think she's getting nicer?
Word up. Yeah, I think she's getting polished up. She's about to probably drop another album that's going to be even stronger.
She just dropped an album
Yeah.
like a week ago.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Oh,
heard it,
okay. Okay, so there you go.
but,
Yeah.
all right. So, what would your next topic be?
Next topic, I kind of wanted to do Hot Girl Summer, but you know it's getting phased out because we're already fourth quarter in this bitch. Even though it was an itchy summer, you know.
I think that's a positive because we can now discuss it and it's over. You know what I'm saying? So we're not like in the midst of it. I found Hot Girl Summer, and the equivalent with Hot Boy Summer. I thought that shit was funny, bro. I thought people had an excuse to thought it up and, under the guise or under the banner of Hot Boy Hot Girl Summer.
Right.
You got to like self-promote a little more and maybe show a little more skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fun.
Be a little more risque.
Yeah, not to say that I was a participant or anything, but
Fucking lying ass nigga.
Never. Not this guy.
but
Nigga was finding every excuse to be out there hoeing.
What?
But I don't know where it originated from.
Isn't that like
I
a
know,
Meg the Stallion song or some shit?
Is that
it
what
became a
birthed it?
song.
Or some bullshit like that. Didn't
I'm
it
not sure
start
if
out
it
as
became a song after or if it was something that was a movement before. But I just think I find it mad funny, yo. It's just there's something new. You think that, like this being the microwave, the popcorn generation, that, everything is a phase. Things will come and die down, certain things, but it's funny what catches on, which is
what stays?
reasons for me, for this being like sort of like a current event, because, all right, you could be like, damn, Hot Girl Summer was just like, was a phase in the summer. But, it was like for a minute, everybody was saying Hot Girl Summer, and that should probably come back out next year. Who knows,
It was the whole summer.
It even became a song.
I think
next year will be
if it became a song, that's cool. That was smart of them. If it originated from a song similar to the So Brooklyn Challenge, they got that off because they turned it into a viral moment, and they were smart enough to market that where it would last a whole season. And again, I think everybody wants to be a part of something. So Hot Boy, Hot Girl Summer gave them a chance to kind of participate in something. Yeah. And at the same time, if you get to hoe it up and like that's your built-in excuse, like, oh, fuck it, Hot Boy Summer. Like, oh, I'm going to head out now.
Nah. Y'all niggas sound
props to
terrible
that shit.
talking on that Hot Boy Summer.
Hot Girl Summer.
Hot Girl Summer, I'm there.
Well, Hot Girl Summer is them using you. You know what I'm saying? So that's like Shorty come through, smash you.
Just dip off.
Hot Girl Summer, and then she's out, and you left there feeling violated, like a piece of meat.
So think about it.
You left there with your feelings hurt.
She's not really
so think about it.
Caring about your
really
hold on, because she's not really caring about your emotions. She's just leaving you there, abused and used. You know what I'm saying? So we can't promote that.
Once again, is it really Hot Girl if they do that? Fuck that. You can use me all you want, ho. This is my plan all along.
Well, damn, no. You gotta know your worth, King. You gotta respect yourself.
Oh, I do, my brother. I do.
Apparently
Trust
not.
me. Hot Girl Summer. Yeah. Anyway, I better stop talking about that before my girl comes down and beat me up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to get that on the mic.
You don't get the Hot Boy Summer pass.
Yeah, for real.
It's gonna be foul summer for me, my brother.
You just gonna catch a hot one and shit, and that's about it.
Hot one summer.
But shout out to the Hot Girl Summer. Shout out to the Hot Boy Summer. Everybody who had fun. Just make sure y'all out there safe. And with self-respect and with honor and all that, you feel me?
Yeah, don't be out here fucking.
Yeah, don't just be out here thotting for thought's sake.
Yeah,
for thought's sake.
If you're gonna do it for the culture.
Do it.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Shout out to
all you young boys. Watch out for Thotimus Prime, because that's what's out here catching niggas.
Mega.
Don't shame them, yo. Don't shame the thoughts. Shout out to all the thoughts. If
we're not
that's
shaming.
your lifestyle.
Nah, we not thought shaming. Not
that's
at
your
all.
lifestyle.
I don't thought shame.
We stop provoking. Brothers.
Yes.
All right. Any other topic before we go into our main event, our main debate?
So real quick, we're gonna do one more topic before we get into this last topic. I want to give my thoughts on something y'all touched on last week about that brother Tekashi 6ix9ine, that all in the news forever for multiple reasons, but the main one being that he's a snitch. You know what I'm saying?
I'm laughing at brother Tekashi.
Yeah. Why you make him sound like he was in the congregation and now he's not?
Like now he's reformed, a born again Muslim and shit. Oh, brother Tekashi. Man, fuck Tekashi.
Take it or leave it. He was in hip hop, and he actually made waves in hip hop. Like you got a lot of little young Tekashi 6ix9ines out here now running around trying to even be like him.
Okay, so what are your thoughts? Because I think we touched on it on last episode.
I know. I just wanted to share my thought. I wanted to say that it's a crazy situation, especially in today's night and age when everybody can weigh in. It's funny what I see a lot of people weighing in on and talking about, if you live the street life and, these are the rules and everybody, like you see people talking gangster all on the gram and throwing shit out, whatever, shouting shit out, gang affiliation, gang life. I think, listen, if you live the gang life, it's open season on you no matter what. So, yeah, he's a snitch. He's not a snitch. I don't care. It's not affecting me. You know what I'm saying? I could give a damn less about that cat. Don't really know any of his music, maybe a couple of songs I've heard, and not something that's my wave. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to weigh in and saying, if I lived that life, if I did live that life, I don't know what I would do. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I really don't. At the end of the day, you facing football numbers. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is,
so you wanted to weigh in
and then
say you don't know.
Yeah, you had that whole soliloquy.
No, and say but that's my point. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there that give their opinions like, yo, this guy's a rat. This guy's a rat. It's not my business because again, the cat that's saying this guy's a rat could be even a fucking bigger rat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody's always gonna have an opinion.
Other dudes that fucking copped out that was supposed to be real gangsters. Fucking American Hustler, what's his face? Frank Lucas was a rat.
Yeah, but the thing with those cats is that they never tried to come back out and have a rap career. You know what I'm saying?
Or go back to hustling and shit.
Oh, nah, he must be fucked up if he thinks he's gonna have a rap career.
He said that's what he's doing though.
They all did what they did, and they were shunned, and they laid low for the most part. I think a main issue that we're having with him is his what's the word? Like he's so bold as to think that he could do what he did and just come out and be a rapper, I guess, and he'll have his security or whatever, but he'll be touring, I guess he's thinking. I don't know exactly what he's thinking, but I think the audacity and the disrespect to the code of ethics and almost to the culture itself, and definitely to gang culture and just street culture and moral culture and honor, to think that he could do that is what I think.
That shit doesn't exist anymore though, because the people that listen to his records. The people that listen to his records, they don't give a fuck, man. They don't care that he's a rat.
Yeah, they don't, but we must.
Oh yeah, we do, but we don't listen to him though.
Yeah, no, it'll be open season on him. That's like a death wish, you know what I mean? And not to try to have people out there like, yeah, no, we all gonna body this cat if he does, or not to predict anybody's death, but you're just dumb if you're doing that. Like, anybody knows that if you're in a case, a federal case, you're probably gonna have to go into witness protection.
Nigga,
you know what I mean?
You know what he's banking on it, yo. Like him and everybody else is banking on it. What he's doing is, they're not gonna be stupid enough that once the trial is done, they're gonna try to kill me. Because if that happens, everybody knows who's trying to kill me. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna get even, if not more time, they're gonna be put to death. You know what I'm saying? So come on, man.
I mean,
Think about it. If you knew that, if you had that mentality, wouldn't you act the way he? And plus, on top of that, his age. Look how young he is. How old is that nigga?
I mean, I don't know.
Exactly. So think about it. You're a kid. You're not thinking like a man. Like, you're not thinking about grown man consequences. You're thinking like a kid. You're like, yo, this is a video game and I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I want to say this. Like, he most likely will have to do witness protection. I mean, I guess the organization that he's with, he don't think he could get touched. But then there's other people out there that, have a feeling, an opinion about it. So they see him out there. If he goes out there, he's going to have to change himself. He's not going to have that rainbow color hair and be out there like that. Because even lookalikes are going to be out there getting beat up. You know what I mean?
Dog, even if he does change his hair, you see the shit on his face, like that, you can't get rid of that. Everybody knows it's him.
He's stupid from jump, just on
I don't care.
everything
Anyway,
that happened, and that's what blew him up.
Yeah,
and that's what knocked him down.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah, man. So the last subject is gonna be one of the most recent current events that just happened, which is, I don't know if you guys know about this either, but there's a beef between two NBA stars, one former, one retired NBA veteran, and one current NBA superstar. And it's Shaq and Dame Lillard.
You think you got better music
$18.
I think I rap better than
So
like
I don't know if you guys have heard about it or have any opinion on if you have heard about it.
Yeah, I heard it. I've heard both diss. Well, supposedly according to Burns, there's another Dame diss that I haven't heard. So
yeah, there's a Dame clapback to the Shaq clapback. First of all, I want to say Dame. I don't. There's only one Dame to me, and it's not Lillard. So I don't know. He needs like a new name and shit, like Dame Dollars, whatever. But it's still Dame, so whatever.
you don't think he's playing off of that? That it is like a popular.
I think he might be, but there's only one Dame that we
that you acknowledge
up in here. Yeah. So shout out to Dame Dash. I like Dollars, Lillard, whatever. I think he could really rap. I like the newest one that just came out. I just heard it today. The Shaq shit is funny. It's Shaq, you know? Like, I don't know. Shaq was never like a serious rapper, you know?
He's a basketball
but he's not whack either. So his retort was okay.
Yeah, he was just basically talking that money talk and shit.
Yeah, they're both rich as fuck and having fun, I guess. So
yeah,
it's nothing that's gonna go to a next level. But I'm enjoying it. I think it's
But it's
It's
like
it's hip hop.
Yeah.
It's hip hop, and then you tie in the sports, you know. So both areas are competitive, and Shaq had success on both fields, and Dame is talented in both fields, but he's like on the come up.
Yeah.
So you got the you have the David and Goliath aspect, you know.
Yeah.
So it's dope. It's cool. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
That's dope. What you want to say, Harv?
Nah, I was just gonna say that you could tell that like Dame Dollars and shit, you could tell he takes the shit seriously. Like he really put time and effort into his bars and shit. So I respect that. Right? I respect that considering you're an athlete and you're already a master at one craft, you know what I'm saying? And now you're doing this. So I give him credit for that. Like he's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely like baller rappers.
Oh yeah.
He gotta be like
top.
I think the best.
Yeah.
I don't think there was any other baller rapper equally as good at both.
Yeah, right.
That motherfucker could ball.
Oh,
Let's not forget that he could ball. Who he said?
Metal World Peace.
Metal World Peace, run outside. No, he could definitely ball. Like he's a superstar. That's why I said it. I introduced him that way. He is a baller. You know, he carried the team when LaMarcus Aldridge bounced from Portland. But my opinion, I don't know. I like it. I think anything hip hop, whether it's oversaturated or again like a challenge or something, I look to it like an open mind. You know what I mean? So I always liked Shaq. I don't think he can rap in terms of being like a rapper, but he can do anything. He's like a Renaissance man. He's done movies. He played ball. He's a businessman. He's he's a business, just like Jigga. He's a businessman. And then Dame, like you said, Harv, he really took it serious. So he sharpened his bars. And he went after him. He actually threw shit out there, that Shaq done, and used it for his raps, you know?
Mhm.
So I think that was dope too. But I don't know if I can respect a baller as an actual rapper, as, you know, that's their lane now. Feel me? Like, for example, Dame putting him on the same playing field as Nas, you know?
No,
I don't know if I can do that. You know, because obviously it's like, you know, Michael Jordan going to play baseball or something like that. Like, dude, you play basketball, dude. You don't play baseball. You know?
But
Yeah.
he's getting it off though.
Yeah, he's dope at rapping though.
Yeah, no. I mean, for the battle sake, yeah, but I don't know if I will go buy a Dame Lillard album is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
What if he makes really good records like that you can actually vibe to and the replayability is really good and shit? What if it's really that good?
Then, yeah, it's possible. It hasn't been done yet is what I want to say, you know?
Right.
Yeah, and it's hard to...
Just like a ball player could go play baseball, but, you know, it just hasn't really, like, you know, Michael Jordan did it, but it wasn't like he was great at it, you know? Or like Tebow playing baseball now when he played football before, you know?
Right. Okay.
But, you know, I respect the art form though, you know?
No, he's like I said, he's talented.
I think he's getting it off.
Yeah.
But Shaq ties us in to the best MCs out of New Jersey. Not that I would consider Shaq one of the top best MCs out of Jersey.
But he is an MC from Jersey.
But he is an MC that originated in New Jersey. And he had some
he
moderate
is from Jersey.
success, right?
Yep.
He had
Yeah,
I want to say he
Yeah,
had like
yeah.
a platinum album or some shit.
Yeah, he rapped with the Fugees, and then he rapped with Big and Pac. You know what I mean? So
He was a true Fushnik.
He was.
exactly.
And he
He was
had,
on that track.
and he had Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu. Yeah, that was his
He was
name.
Shaq
Fu.
Fu. He was in the Fu
Look
Snake,
at the
yeah.
look at the connection right there.
That's big.
Again,
That looks-
slap yourself.
That's but yeah, no, Shaq did his thing as a baller rapper, as an NJ rapper.
Mhm.
Do y'all have like a set list, or y'all just want to randomly name any MCs that come to mind? Do y'all have favorites?
I don't have a set list, but I have like basically, you know, I could either go top 10, top 5, whatever you want to do. You know,
I have nothing.
what about you, Mook? What you got?
Oh, man said I have nothing.
Yeah, this guy over here.
Oh, man. Way to do your research, brother. Way to do your, you know, your pre-show.
No, I have a list. It's just not in any ranking. It's just a list of
Okay.
Me too. Exactly.
Okay.
rappers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can list
What
some
I
off.
did.
I don't know.
Go ahead, bro.
No, that's the thing. I don't, like I said, I just have a list. So tell me what you did, and then we'll figure out how we tackle it.
I remember like a lot of Jersey artists, whether local, considered local, or they were big time. You know what I mean? But I have to go back and do a little bit more digging. So I do have a list, but again, it's not in any type of order. What I did was the ones that are less known, I probably put them as like honorable mention, you know, down the line.
Mhm.
All right.
Feel me?
Let's touch on the pause. Let's get to the less knowns real quick, because I got a couple. I wanna shout out a couple. Not. I don't want to use the term less knowns. I want to use maybe artists more on the come up or on the cusp. People that are doing their thing. That haven't gotten the national exposure that maybe they deserve. So let me see who you got on the local list or on the honorable mentions.
On the honorable mention. Oh, so you want to do them right now? You want to do them early in the show?
Yeah. I just want to shout out all the people that are doing their thing that that may need some more exposure. So, for example, you know, shout out, of course, Last Breath, all the MCs, rappers, producers on the Breath. Shout out the homie J. Littles. He's doing his thing musically. Shout out my homeboy John Boy Era. Shout out the bro Tito Grams. I believe his son is doing music. Noah Ashton.
Nice.
Shout out to them. They're doing their thing. Who else is out here making music? Shout out the bro King Mayo out of Jersey City. Shout out the homeboy Mesa out of West New York. That's it, I think, for Jersey artists that I can think of off the dome. Oh, shout out my boy YP. He's doing his thing. Young Paul. All artists, you know, Jersey, on the cusp of success. And, you know, we wish them all the best success.
Word is born.
Who you got? See if I heard of them.
070 Shake, man.
070 Shake.
Oh, true.
She did
Yeah.
she
North
did
Bergen,
dope
bro.
stuff. With the good music camp that I was.
She
really
signed to
digging.
good.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, good for her.
But is
Congratulations.
she a rapper or is she more a singer though?
What would you think? I would say a singer. I mean, but nowadays that line is so blurred, yo.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Like, really? Everybody does melodic rapping now. It's so funny that one of my favorite rappers that I consider like back when he first started and shit, and he was like hardcore and shit. I'm talking about Royce the 5'9". Even now, he's doing melodic shit. But it sounds dope. I'm not hating on him. You know what I mean? But it just shows you how much the culture has shifted and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True. Matter of fact, Detroit has a lot of ties with New Jersey for some reason, and we'll get into that. That you brought up 5'9". But some shout outs I think I wanted to have for later on would have been like you said, Rob Mesa from West New York, Marvelous Fame that was doing this thing with him too. There's a couple of other cats from West New York too, like Phoenix Renaissance from back in the day, my homies. High Gravity, my homies, Hoboken, the Illa Tribe, right? Big Shades, he always did his thing with the Hoboken cats, and they had there was a video with one of our cats, our dude from our camp, B Wise, that kind of caught, you know, not really national attention, but you know, it was on Video Music Box, and that camp from Hoboken too, that they kind of have ties with in the tribe. Who else? You remember the name of that camp? I think, matter of fact,
I think it was
Graham
Go
used to mess
Illa,
with them too.
or something.
Go
like
Illa,
that.
right?
Yeah. Shout out to them, definitely.
And,
shout out to the bro.
Yeah. And you know, there's other cats, like there's this cat Albial from Jersey City. He was making some noise. I think he got popped, matter of fact, recently by the cops or some shit.
Yeah, he got backed up, yo.
Right? He did, right? I was reading on some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Albial. Keep your head up.
Yeah,
he definitely was getting some good buzz.
Yeah,
So
keep
shout
your
out
head
to
up,
him.
man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Ransom, remember Ransom from Jersey City too, and Hitchcock.
Yeah, the A team definitely.
Yeah.
They were buzzing on the Desert Storm label. They had some good stuff. I think they were connected to Joe Budden, no?
Were they?
Yeah, somehow, yeah. They might have had like came up and then had beef or something, but they definitely were involved some way, shape, or form, because that's all Jersey City.
Right.
There's some other cats that I can't remember right now from Camden, but real quick, some other cat from Patterson, ROBB from back in the day, some rapper that I was up on, and damn, I really can't think of too many other cats.
Well, shout out to everybody out there doing their thing, representing Jersey, keeping Jersey on the map. Jersey's always been looked at kind of like the stepchild or the adopted kid of New York, and
Word.
it's always been a little tougher for Jersey artists
To break and shit,
To break. I can't think of any off the dome that have had success recently, like major level success out of Jersey. The last one I can think of is Fetty Wap.
Right.
I don't know if from the Fetty Wap era to now, if anyone else from Jersey has done anything crazy like what he did. Because when he came out, he definitely took the world by storm, and he had a good little quick run of success that kind of came out of nowhere because I had never heard of him. And
Me neither.
I'll be honest. He kind of capitalized on that whole Future sound and shit, and the whole auto tune and sing again, the melodics and all that shit. You know, he capitalized on that. Yeah. He had a good little run.
He had a good run.
He flipped it. He flipped it on his head for himself. Yeah.
Yeah. He did his thing.
Yeah, because I think it had like that a Jersey vibe to it.
It did.
Mixed kind of with that
trap sound,
trappy down south kind of bounce.
It worked for him.
Yeah, definitely he had success. I don't think I would put him in like a top 10 or top 5 Jersey artist personally, based on my preference. But definitely as far as success, he was up there, you know?
He was, yeah.
He's pretty quiet now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard shit, but
me neither.
But I think I want to go back further, kind of more towards the beginning, and kind of more the first artists from Jersey that I listened to or caught wind of, I guess, or whatever. So definitely Naughty by Nature is up there.
Right.
Tretch more so than Vinny. I think Tretch was, you know, the better rapper, obviously. I don't.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if many would argue with that.
Right. Go ahead.
Definitely, I was a fan of Tretch. His lyrics, his cadence, his rhyme style.
He was able to flow different and shit.
Yeah, he had. I think he had a flow, an advanced flow, kind of like ahead of his time and ahead of what was current at that time in that time frame.
No, yeah, most definitely agree.
So I thought he was dope. I would definitely put him like in the top 5, or maybe even top 3. I think because I know what my top 2.
3.
I know what my top 2
3
are.
rappers all time New Jersey. Tretch?
Yeah. I think I would. I think I would put him up there. At least top 5, potentially top 3.
It's possible. To me, I think of him like in the group setting. You know, like he's one of those rappers that
is better in a group.
So, yeah, like more associated with the group. Not that he can't do a solo project, but you know, he kind of like the tracks that brought them fame or him fame were more when it was Naughty by Nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was never a solo artist. I just think, as an artist,
what he did, on the mic.
And it wasn't a big group. It was just him and Vinny. So, it was, you know, he was doing 50% of the rapping, if not more. But I think as far as artists out of Jersey, I think he made a big splash. He crossed over into Hollywood.
Yeah, he did,
Merchandising. There was Naughty Gear ahead, you know, early in the game. So I think they were smart for that. They had a consistent...
They actually still do. You heard, Burns? They actually have some marketing with some cat that I follow called Plushy Gangster. He's like an artist, and he designed like this mascot for them, and it's pretty dope. It's like a cartoon pit bull or something like that, and they use it at their shows. So they still do like a lot of heavy marketing and stuff.
Yeah, smart.
Naughty by Nature was the shit, yo.
I mean,
you know,
I think even now, like the old Naughty logo would still sell. I think that's a dope hoodie, a Naughty by Nature.
Hell
Hell
You
yeah,
know?
that is a dope hoodie.
With that
Oh.
baseball bat, the Naughty by
Yeah,
Nature.
Yeah,
shit.
so-
like a
so
black hoodie with
they've-
the Naughty by Nature shit in yellow. That shit looks dope.
They have longevity as a group, and obviously Tretch as himself has longevity.
Yeah,
He was in Juice. That was dope.
he was an enforcer.
Yeah. After
Rodamez crew.
after
Rápida muerta.
after Naughty
Mm.
and Tretch, like I said, more so than Vinny. And shout out to all of them. Shout out to KG because he did a lot of production, and he introduced a couple other artists out of Jersey, like Jaheim,
Y'all remember Jeanne? They were dope.
Jani.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
did he
song.
bring them out?
With the
Yeah.
Z, he brought them out.
Yeah.
KG.
Yeah.
Damn,
Was
they
all
was
him,
the
shit.
shit.
Um,
Aren't the ones that they do Hey Mr. DJ?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
Groove Thing and all that shit. That was all KG.
Yeah, that beat is hard.
That was all
beat is
KG.
hard.
Yeah, KG.
Dope.
So you
producer.
see, they gave a lot to the culture, and they
Yeah.
branched off into a lot of stuff. So yeah, I think Tretch would have to be up there. Plus, like I said, he could rap his ass off.
Yeah.
After, or maybe even before Naughty, we had Queen Latifah.
Yeah. She's Oscar
Oh.
nominated.
Yeah,
all
who
that.
we spoke about on previous episodes.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely what she started out with musically, Ladies First, she had a couple other joints, UNITY,
Mhm.
what's the summer
New
song?
Jersey's Drive soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't forget New Jersey. But damn, what's the summer song? Summertime in the Hood. Just Another Day.
Yeah.
Just another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just another day in the neighborhood.
Just
That's
another
the
day
shit.
around the world. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah, no,
Prodigy
the
used
Queen-
that shit too.
Yeah, so the Queen was an early Jersey artist that I was a fan of, and then obviously she took what she was doing at that time in music,
Mm-hmm.
and she was able to expand and go into Hollywood also, and then go into other fields, the TV show,
Yeah.
the movies. So she did a lot. She actually did a lot for the expansion of hip hop culture into mainstream America.
Right. Yeah. Oscar
Basically.
nominated, all that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so she
into
ha-
big
she-
movies too. Big
Yeah.
movies.
She would have to be like.
She could really sing too.
She would have to be like. Damn, she would have to be like top 5 also. Damn, if
She's
I'm,
like top 3.
She's definitely top 3.
top
Yeah.
3. So
Yeah.
y'all have a top 3.
Yeah, like I would say
Already?
top 3, but in no particular order because they always shift. But there's definitely like a top 3, maybe even top 4.
And Mook, you have a top 3.
I don't have a top 3 per se. Like yo, these are the ones that I have. But there's 3 that stick out in my mind. Queen La being one of them, just because of everything that you mentioned. But you know, let's say somebody else you might bring up. I'll be like, nah, damn. You know, she gets voted a little bit more down just because in terms of we're talking about hip hop rappers. You know that we're talking about the art form, not what they did altogether. You feel me?
Oh, okay. So we're just talking about on the mic rappers.
Right.
In my opinion, that would make my top 3. You know what I'm saying? Like
All right.
top rapper. You know what I mean?
So basically, just sticking to just wax and shit.
My top 3 doesn't change.
Okay.
It remains the same, and I think Tretch, unless we discuss, like you said, if we discuss an artist, and maybe I'm just forgetting somebody, and y'all bring him up, and I'm like, okay, damn, maybe he's a little bit over Tretch. But I definitely think 1 and 2 are set in stone, and I definitely don't think that we all have the same 1 and 2
I know we don't.
or 3.
I know we don't.
Yeah, because
I know where you're going with your 1 and 2.
I know one of y'all got Shaq up there.
Damn!
I'm
How
not
did you
agreeing-
know?
I'm not agreeing with those 2.
How did you know, G?
All right, so who let me hear who y'all want to bring up. Oh no, wait, before we get to y'all, back, because I had 3 artists that I was like, damn, they really made me kind of like aware that Jersey hip hop was, separate or like a different subculture.
That's
or
dope.
whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it was Naughty,
Right.
Queen,
Right.
and Lords of the Underground.
Yes.
Ooh.
Low Tug.
I just fucked with them.
Me too, yo. That first album.
I think a lot of it was based on their production,
Yeah.
but they
Absolutely.
were also
You know who was
creative.
on their production, right? A lot of it.
Diamond D,
No.
Diamond P.
Once again, slap yourself. Marley.
Marley Marl.
Yeah,
Alright.
bro. The guy's a genius, man.
I was gonna say Bob Marley because I'm looking at him.
You're a fucking retard.
Right there, look.
Yo, throw that in there, Mookie. Yo.
Bob Marley inspired them in terms of the guns and shit.
Yeah. Yo.
That's how they was able to crank out.
Make sure you throw that in there, Mook.
Yeah, that's what's up then, cause the production on the first album, on the second album,
Yeah.
Chief Rocka,
That shit is dope.
Funky Child, what was that song they had? Yo, Funky Wake Up, some shit like that.
Oh, Here Come the Lords.
Here Come the Lords, and then there was another one. There was a fourth one that I'm forgetting. It was more so around Chief Rocka.
It was
time frame.
you had Grave Diggers. You had Sleep for Dinner. You had damn, there was a lot of good songs, yo.
I always think of the birth of the Funky Child for some reason because that beat was crazy.
Oh, Psycho. Remember Psycho? Psycho.
I'm just thinking of a certain song, but yeah.
Excuse me.
I
Mr.
thought they
Fucking
were
Man.
dope.
Yes, do it all.
I think they
They were dope, yo.
they deserve their props.
Yeah,
for,
they're real dope. They're
for what
real
they
dope.
did.
And on top of that, excuse me. On top of that, Do It All, like he's running for I think mayor of Newark and shit or some shit like that,
I believe,
or
so.
city
They,
council or some shit like
yeah.
that. Like he's trying to do positive shit in the hood and shit. So
Yeah, he's
shouts to
active in
him,
the
yo.
community.
Shouts to Do It All, man.
That's amazing to me how
Yeah.
we've lived so long from watching our like childhood rappers and artists that they run for public
like
office. That's insane to me.
they matured because you got to remember they were doing that shit when they were kids, when they were in their 20s. Now they're older men and shit. But shouts to Do It All, man. Like he's really trying to do positive shit.
It must be a Jersey thing, because Wyclef and Praz and them are involved in politics too.
Yeah. Just to touch on that real quick, shout out to the brother Gabe Rodriguez, who we actually went to school with.
I remember
talk
Gabe.
about watching people grow up and go into politics. He's now the mayor of West New York.
West New York, yeah.
So shout out to him.
Yeah,
That's super dope.
that's a great look. Shout out to our homie, man. He, his old man was our 8th grade teacher, Burns.
Mm-hmm.
Was
That's
our 8th
dope.
grade
That's
teacher.
crazy.
Yeah,
Mr.
shout out Mr.
Rodriguez.
He showed a lot of
He was instrumental in helping me not become a knucklehead. You know what I'm saying?
Look at you now. But
Look at me now.
all right,
It's
so
story.
hit me with some artists that y'all are into out of Jersey.
You wanna go first,
we can
Moogie?
see where on this top
Mook.
10 list or top 5, whatever.
You want to go first, or you want me to set it off?
Go ahead, Hogs.
Top 3, you saying?
Well, I haven't given my top 3. If you want to give your top 3,
No. I'll
go
give a
ahead
couple
and debate
before.
that.
I'll give a couple before. You mentioned them before, and definitely Wyclef. Wyclef is a musical genius to me.
Wyclef is from Jersey? For some reason, I never considered him a Jersey artist.
Yeah, he's from Newark, man.
He came from Haiti straight to Newark?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. No, Wyclef is amazing.
Yo, Wyclef is dope, man. Plus, he's like a congressman over there in Haiti and shit. So
Yeah,
another
he
one that's
was-
doing great things and shit.
Yeah.
But definitely Wyclef. Like, as far as the music tip, he's dope, yo. The Carnival album to me
But,
is a musical masterpiece.
On
It's his musical.
On an MC level, would you put him up there?
MC
like
level?
just straight rapping?
I'll tell you like this. He's the perfect example of an artist not being technically the best at his craft, like being like technically like Pun was technical, like a real technical rapper. You know what I mean? Like not being like that, but being able to craft good songs. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not the top lyricist. But
No. But
he's
he
a good
was
writer.
able to make good songs that you could bob to and
let me-
shit, and that you
let me ask you
remember the lyrics to and shit, and that you could sing along to and shit. So even though he wasn't technically what?
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
He produced most of these tracks, right?
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, to me, like that rare breed, like a Pete Rock or like a Dr. Dre, producer rapper,
Right. Yeah, but there's
they make dope songs, but it's not like they're the number one lyricist that you're paying attention to,
Right.
Yeah.
But him, like I said, he was able to, like I said, not be technically the best rapper, but be able to make dope songs.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I totally
absolutely.
think Wyclef is dope. I think he's a super dope producer. I think he's a super dope songwriter. What he's done, what he did with the Fugees, his solo shit, I love. The Carnival.
Carnival's dope.
That
yo.
shit is funny as fuck. Along with
Yeah,
having
yeah.
dope music on it.
It's 24 tracks, an hour and 14 minutes long. Think about that. Yo.
Remember that he had like the Refugee All Stars, and they would have like compilations or albums.
Yeah.
That was dope. So definitely props
John
to
Forte.
Wyclef. That's a good one that I had kind of forgotten. I don't think he cracks the top 3, but definitely
No, he's not in my
I think-
top 3,
I
but
think
he's up there.
He deserves like a top 10 spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Mook, what you got?
You already named all your heavyweights?
Nah. That was just like,
That was just one cat?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, definitely, Wyclef is something just a score, man. Just that album, alone. Like, he rivaled his group mates, his the Fugees, the other two artists that make up the Fugees. He rivaled them lyrically. And the beats that he had on there, like, you know what I'm saying? Wyclef is a beast.
Yeah.
Artists that I was checking for always, New Jersey, and I think my first awakening that it was, a movement in Jersey was Redman. Yo, I'm gonna be honest.
All right.
He easily may be the top. I don't even want to give it out already, but
yeah,
he
you fucked me
easily,
up
like,
because he's in my top
you know?
3 and shit. You're
But,
a dick.
You
know,
see, that's the funny thing. I don't have Redman in my top 3.
Wow, he's still making good music.
I want to say
yo.
I don't even have him in my top 5. I think
He knows.
I
He
think,
knows.
I think,
F knows.
you tripping, man.
I think I'd put him
because,
top 10, but
I get, you have your likes and your dislikes,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
is that just, Redman to me is from the era,
Yeah, the golden
yeah,
era.
yeah.
baby.
It's not a dislike in any sense. I just was never super into Redman. He always
Really?
had songs that I like,
Yeah.
but
As far as
there's
albums,
not a project that I think kept my attention.
really. So let me ask you this: you've never listened to an entire Redman project,
No,
like in
that's
its entirety?
That's my whole thing. I've listened to a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I've just never felt like having to revisit them once I've listened to them.
Really? Wow.
Where there are songs,
They're really good, man.
there
Like
are
the first
songs,
3.
that I go back and listen to.
Right. No, the first 3 albums, fucking What the Album, fucking There Is a Dark Side, and Muddy Waters.
Muddy
to
Waters,
me,
I think
those-
is the best of the
yeah,
3.
that's the best. But those 3 albums are classic albums, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not
Classic.
saying they're whack
Classic.
albums. I don't know. I just think there's other artists and other albums that I've connected with.
Grown
more.
to love.
I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know.
get it. Yeah.
Plus, he
The
produced
reason-
a lot of that shit. Him and
Yeah.
Eric Sermon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a beast, yo. The reason that I bring him up again because that's when I'm not gonna say that I never heard a Jersey artist before him. Like maybe, for example, Naughty by Nature, Queen La.
Yeah.
But really, like, I remember even the conversation that I'm alluding to is that my cousin was like, yeah, man, whatever, something about New Jersey, and I'm like, well, New Jersey rappers, what you talking about? And he's like, yeah, your homie Redman. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's right, but kind of just having that conversation. So he does to me for Newark what like Wu-Tang does for Staten Island, and what Fat Joe does for the X, and what like Trick Daddy does for Miami. Like he brings the neighborhood with them, kind of. You feel me? His style is so Newark, you know what I mean? So Brick City, and we grew up like 20 minutes from there. You know what I'm saying? So, I got a lot of influences from New Jersey style. Also New York, because I got strong ties to New York, but that goes unsaid. But just New Jersey, the fact that there are artists from there and they do rap is dope for us, Yeah.
So,
and Redman was one of those first
where does Redman
people.
fall in your top three? If he's in the top three,
I would say number one. And
Nigga just went straight to the one. Yo, like, fuck
I
it.
would say number one.
Yo, we're playing spades. This nigga throws out the big joker first hand, yo. I was like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Damn.
I'll
Can
snatch
we
everybody's books that way, I'll snatch everybody's books. I'm going wheels on y'all motherfuckers. My whole hand is spades. I gotta throw something. Just give it to me.
All right, so let's backtrack, damn, because I didn't know that was your number one, and I guess that's not the build-up I was expecting. So, if you have
I'll get into why he's my number one when we get there.
All right, so give me your number three. If we're gonna go top three, give me your number three.
Wow.
I think I would put Tretch.
You would put
temporary.
Tretch there?
Yeah, I think Tretch falls at three.
I think my number three would have probably been Queen La.
Okay.
Queen Latifah. Yeah.
That's a solid number three. Harv?
Yeah, man. I fucks with her heavy.
Damn, you're making me fuck. Number three, I'd have to go with Budden.
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden.
Okay.
Yeah. I fuck with Budden.
Yes, I also fuck with Budden. I have him in my top three.
Yeah, I know you do. But he's up there though. Like he's dope, man. Like I fuck with Budden. A lot of people hate on him and shit, and like, talk shit about him or whatever. But musically, lyrically, he's a beast.
That's what I mean. If we're going straight up lyrically on the mic,
and it's dope. Like to me, that persona fits what he's saying in his raps. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I think he's dope. I fucks with him. I fucks with him musically. Like I really do. You know what I mean? I think he's dope. For the sake of this list, as far as like music and shit, yeah, he's dope. He's fucking dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I fucks with Budden too. I would say I haven't heard all his projects. I don't know if there's like not enough promoting, or maybe that like his time frame. I was more down here living in the South, and I didn't really listen to him much. But my opinion of him was always like, he's the pump it up rapper. You know what I mean? and like I told y'all, when he first came out, I wasn't feeling him too much because it felt like he bit off somebody else's style, which I had said it. This rapper from Queens named Grass. It sounded like he bit his style completely. So you know how we always been with biting. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, this kid is a biter. Like, I don't fuck with him. But I will say that I was hearing a project of his recently, and I think I told you, Burns, that I was listening to it. I was just like one day, like, fuck it, let me just listen to this cat, because that was another recent thing that happened, was the top 50 MCs that his homeboy, put out. What's his dude's name? DJ Academics.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Academics. So he made controversy when he put Joe Budden as the third best MC. And that became a thing. That kind of went viral, you know? So everybody
Yeah.
started dropping their list.
So you didn't agree with
And,
that?
I mean, at the time, no, and I still don't. But I was like, let me listen to some Joe Budden just because.
Right.
And I heard this project named Padded Room that he got, and I was feeling it, bro. I didn't finish the whole thing, but I was feeling the couple tracks that he had. And it's crazy. He has a diss to Prodigy in there, which I'm like, this nigga's committing suicide.
Yo, you know what's funny? I actually heard that song the other day, and I had forgotten that existed. And I was like, oh shit, look at that. That's crazy.
It's crazy to me.
Obviously, Prodigy was alive when he did that. You know?
Absolutely.
So, like, one thing I like about Joe Budden, and he's number 2 on my list, my top 3. So
I definitely know you wanted.
One thing I like about Joe Budden is his fearlessness.
Yeah. He don't care
on the mic. Yeah, regardless of who it was. That he was beefing with or clashing with or bumping heads with.
He went at him.
Yeah, he went at him, and I think he's dope lyrically. Definitely when he gets in his moody, emotional, anxiety-driven, pseudo-depression rap bag.
Just think about it too. Like,
I think that's dope. I think he originated that genre that's kind of popular now.
Oh, like emo rap.
Like the emo, depressed nigga rap.
Juice WRLD is the king of that.
Yeah. So I think that's a branch off of the mood music type vibe.
He need to do a project with Kanye.
That would be dope. I think that would be. But he retired. He don't rap no more. But still, I put him high on my list.
Yeah.
Y'all want to get into y'all number 2s?
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, Mook.
All right. Number 2 overall. Damn, I don't want to shout out anybody's number 1 or anything like that.
I know who he's gonna say. He's gonna fuck it up anyway. So go ahead.
Don't matter. Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck it up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say number 2 is my bitch. Man.
I knew it.
I love this bitch, man.
I knew it because it's my number 2. You fucking
I
homo.
love this bitch. How am I homo when I love this bitch? There's no way.
He said Rod Digger.
Rod Digger?
Rod Digger.
Shout out to Rod Digger.
Nah.
Yeah, Rod Digger was a spitter, yo.
She's definitely up there, and we could get into, other artists that
Hurricane G.
I think
will get honorable mention as well.
Yeah, amongst female MCs, Rod Digger's definitely underrated and often forgotten.
Problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
You know who's another one I just thought of?
Lady Luck.
That's a problem. Oof. No, I wasn't even saying her. Wow, Lady Luck. Yeah.
She's out of Jersey.
Heather B.
Heather B's out of Jersey?
Jersey City, yeah, man. Chilltown.
Mm-hmm.
And she was
Look
the
at that.
shit back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go. My number 2 is Lauryn Hill, man.
Yeah.
All time.
Lauryn Hill. Yeah, I've heard of her.
Yeah, man. She's a rapper / singer / activist / actress.
Yeah, that's obviously my number 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Just easily one of my favorite artists of all time, and definitely my favorite artist out of Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
She's so Jersey too.
What
right?
can we
She's
say
so
about
Jersey.
Lauryn that we haven't said previously on the show on multiple episodes? But she's dope. I mean, there's no argument. There's many examples and musical testaments to.
And again, like, the reason I compiled my top 3 is the fact of how much I actually go back and listen to them. To me, that plays a huge part into an artist. How much do I go back and listen to your shit? You know what I mean?
True.
So,
For real.
So, the only number we don't know then is yours, because we know
Mine?
Mook got Redman at number 1.
yeah, that's my number 1.
That's also your number 1? So
Yeah.
y'all both have Redman, Lauryn, and then 3 he had Queen, and you had who?
Who the fuck did I have?
Stretch?
No, I didn't have Tretch. You had Tretch. I had who the fuck did I have?
Wyclef.
Yeah, no, I didn't have Wyclef.
Oh,
I
Wyclef.
I said him before that. Damn, who the fuck did I say at number 3?
Well, you list that, homie.
Sugar Hill Gang.
No, Budden.
Oh, Budden.
So all our top threes are interchangeable, except for this
Queen.
guy.
Yeah, niggas suck.
Yeah.
I mean,
You want me to change it up? All right, I'll change it up then. I'll put Wyclef
Think
at
about
in
it.
top three. Then.
Buster, no,
You
Buster's
stupid.
not from Jersey.
No,
Let me
Buster's
see.
not from
Who else
Jersey.
was on my
Think
list?
about it. These are
Got the
artists that are
Outlaws.
national. You know, like they're
Yeah.
big. Like
Artifacts.
Artifact. But I'm talking about like all our top threes, whether interchangeable or not. These are artists that transcend the culture, not only the state. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll put Redman up there in my top 20. I believe. I think I have him.
Right.
Of all time.
Yeah.
Of all time. You
He's
know what
dope,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So how could he not be my top Jersey rapper? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do y'all consider Akon a Jersey rapper?
Yeah. Yeah. He's dope.
I
I don't
and that's funny
necessarily
'cause-
consider him a rapper though.
Oh,
Not
okay.
necessarily, but he's like Shake, like 070 Shake, like
Yeah.
melodic.
Like street
He might bust a
R&B.
rap here and there,
Right.
and he had a lane. Like he's less of a rapper than Fetty Wap, but he had a bigger lane and a bigger venue than Fetty.
And a bigger
And
run.
Yeah. He had a
bigger
longer
run, run. Yeah.
Not only
yeah.
that, he was smart enough to stop rapping. And stop making music, and sign Lady Gaga and shit, and
Yeah.
live off of her and shit for the rest of
That's
his life.
amazing.
Yeah. Pretty
So shouts
And didn't
to
he sign
Akon
T-Pain
for
too?
making that move.
Didn't he sign T-Pain as well?
Yeah.
Did he?
had
Yeah, he
T-Pain
signed
also when
T-Pain, yeah.
T-Pain had his run.
Yep. So shouts to Akon
was
for
smart.
making all the moves and shit. Definitely Akon. I
Shit.
forgot his Jersey artist.
His
Jersey artist. The Outsiders.
Yeah.
The Outsiders.
He's from Senegal, but he went to Newark and I think Patterson and shit.
No, I think he was in Jersey
Jersey
City with
City.
Also,
Block
too, yeah.
Royal.
No, probably there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both.
he
so
was in
shout out to
Jersey.
Block Royal.
Yeah. The Outsiders,
out to
yo.
Jersey
They was,
City.
Yeah,
they
the
was,
Outsiders.
they was
The
big
outs.
for Newark.
Yeah.
Eminem ran with them for a little while, right?
Did he?
That's
With the
why.
Outsiders?
Yeah, that's why I brought up Detroit being mixed up with
Yeah.
Jersey.
Okay.
Because,
Yeah. Right. You're right. Yeah.
kind of like, I feel like Detroit and New Jersey got similar styles, like underground hardcore, and just something about them make it more commercial than a regular hardcore underground song. You know what I'm saying? You kind of feel what I mean?
I fuck with a lot of fucking Detroit artists and shit.
Yeah, man, they real dope, bro. And there's a lot of shit from Jersey that people have heard and don't realize that it's Jersey. You know?
Yeah, I like the Detroit hip hop scene and shit. Shit is dope out there.
How about,
Eminem.
How about the Outlaws, who used to run with Tupac?
With Tupac, yeah.
Yeah, that's another group.
Fatal
They
Hussein and
dope.
them.
Yeah.
Fatal Hussein.
Yeah.
There's one of them that I was listening to that had a couple of dope songs that are more or less recent. Idi Amin.
Yeah.
Well, I think out of the 4 Outlaws, 2 passed, no?
Yeah.
2 or 3?
Is there?
He
Yeah.
might be the remaining outlaw.
There's one that's tall that's I think still alive. That looks like kind of like.
Is that the one that became a Muslim?
I think I'm not sure. But I know Idi Amin.
I know Fatal.
And then isn't Napoleon still alive?
No, I want to say Napoleon passed. Gaddafi passed.
Yeah.
Fatal Hussein, is he still alive?
I don't know. I think he passed.
No, Fatal Hussein died.
Yeah,
Fatal
he
Hussein died
passed
So
too.
that's
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Idi
Yeah.
Amin is the only remaining member.
Yeah, I don't know.
Idi Amin, and there's another one too. There's another one that I think he's the one that's cousins with Stretch. That's how Pac even got with them. I forgot his name though.
Well, I don't know. But shout out to them. Rest
But
in
they
peace
dope,
to them.
yeah.
Word.
Another early Jersey artist, shout out to him, was Apache.
Yeah. Chino
Oh,
XL.
shit.
Chino XL is another.
He was dope. I
Jersey
fucks with
artist.
Chino XL.
Yo, Apache got
Yeah.
some trash, bro. He's got with Flavor Unit with Queen Line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit! Look at that. We
Yeah.
forgot about the whole flavor unit that Queen
Yeah.
Latifah put out. That was mainly Jersey artists.
Yeah.
Not all Jersey
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah.
Apache had this track called do for self that I used to fuck with. Like Gangsta Bitch was the shit that propelled them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Gangsta
But
Bitch was the hit.
Yeah,
but he's
absolutely.
dope, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
was dope. He passed away too.
Yeah, rest in
damn,
peace,
rest in
R.I.P.
peace, man.
Patchy.
Another dope Jersey MC that many might not know was Chill Rob G, who we spoke about the other day, was the one that rapped the original "I Got the Power."
Oh yeah, we were talking about that shit. Yeah.
So shout out to him. That's a classic.
Chill Rob G, R.I.P.
Yeah.
He passed away too?
He passed away?
Didn't you just say that?
No.
Oh, I thought you just said that.
My man Hard killed him, yo.
I killed him.
Rob, yep. Man.
Not at all.
That was a national hit too. That song, "I Got the Power."
Yeah, hell yeah, that was the shit. That shit is
and he
that's
fucking
still the
ripped
shit.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I still like
Chill Rob G.
Who else? Lauryn
Yeah, so
Hill.
when you look it up on YouTube, don't look up for don't look up for Snap. Just look up for Chill Rob G.
Yeah, looking for Chill Rob G. That's
power.
the original version of "I Got the Power."
Everybody
Snap
always
is
looks
the,
for Snap.
The bootleg.
Yeah.
The commercialized.
The commercialized ones that they play in the Walmart commercials and shit.
Yeah.
And if you really, really want to listen to him, he got some mentionable tracks. One called "Let the Words Flow," and one called "Court Is Now in Session," and that shit is crack.
This guy.
Yep.
Wow,
Telling
Chill
you.
Rob G fan.
Uh-huh. Who knew? On the low. Shit.
I did my research, fellas. Come on.
All right, no doubt. Good shit.
Remember Pace One?
Oh yeah, Pace One had a fire album with Mr.
Oh
Green.
yeah, what was the name of that shit?
That was a good album.
Yeah, that shit was dope. That shit was super crack. I love that album.
Yeah, wasn't he a member of the Outsiders though?
Yes.
To begin with.
Yeah, Pace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pace. Yeah, with Mr. Green. That album was so dope.
Yeah, I remember the single. That shit had a fire.
He had a couple singles on that.
Had a video and shit.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed that our top 3 lists were all singles. I want to debate further.
What you got?
I don't got shit, bro. We all love Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill's the best. Like, damn, how can you?
She's not my top
That
though.
bitch
There's
is
no
the
debate.
best.
Who was your number 1? Or
Redman.
Redman ain't fucking with Lauryn Hill.
Redman's still making music though.
If Lauryn Hill was still making music, she'd be.
But that's a big if. We're talking about in the now. What's happening
Yeah,
now,
but
current.
Redman, his music is not current.
This nigga Harvest passionate.
As relevant
This nigga Harvest
as
passionate.
I believe a Lauryn Hill's music would be.
You know what
if
it
she was
is?
still putting
Burns, that I wanted to add that being that we're in the microwave era, we forget everything that these artists have done.
I don't. That's why I choose not to.
Me neither, you know? So
no, I don't forget. I think us of
digging-
the older elk play on the nostalgia more so than the new generation.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, just digging Redman from being a little kid, you know, knowing that, you know, he was a rapper from Jersey, and this dude was dope. Like, you know, he had the Superman Lover shit on his albums. I always thought that shit was dope as fuck. He had Tonight's the Night, which was one of the best hip hop songs of all time. That sample alone is fucking crazy.
I agree. That's one of my favorite
That's
Redman
the
songs.
dopest
Tonight's
shit
Night?
of all
Tonight's
time.
Night.
Yeah, that shit's dope.
man.
I also liked I don't remember, but
fuck.
I'll be that.
I'll be that.
That shit was mad funny.
I couldn't remember the name. Yeah.
That shit was mad funny.
I'll be that with the funny video.
Yeah, hell yeah.
With
What
the shit in the
Redman's-
middle, the clip.
Yeah,
The
with
clip in the middle.
when
the
she breaks
big-
her neck.
Yo, that shit is hilarious. Omega is in that
That's
shit,
the
yo.
thing about Redman. He is a very entertaining rapper.
Yeah.
A character.
Whenever he does something you want to watch.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I just think if ever it came down to one-on-one, song-to-song, artist-to-artist, head-to-head, I don't think he's fucking with Lauryn Hill.
With
I
Lauryn
don't
Hill.
think- I
I mean,
don't think many are.
believe it or not, he got a longer track. I mean, he got
got
a
more
longer
tracks, yeah.
record than Lauryn. And, like, it depends on what you want to listen to. You feel me? Because Lauryn, again, you get in a mode and listen to the Miseducation. But, you know, if I want to be on my pothead stoner, you know, knucklehead, shake your stinking ass, you know, let the monkeys out type shit, I listen to Red, you know? Like,
what's your
if
favorite
you
Redman
find a bag
project?
of weed on the floor, what the fuck you gonna do?
What's
Pick
your
it up, nigga.
favorite Redman project?
Ooh. Damn.
Harv?
In terms of
Favorite
album,
Redman, Muddy
Yeah,
Waters.
like album. No, like album as a whole.
Muddy Waters.
Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
I think that's my
It gotta be Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Muddy
it gotta
Waters.
be Muddy Waters. Yo, big shout out though to Blackout with him and Method Man.
Yeah, that shit was dope.
Oh yeah, that was a good album.
That was dope.
That shit was crack. A
What-
very slept on album, yo.
I think it's sonically aged well, that album.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it came out in
Dope
2000
ass
though.
album.
It's 20
That
years
shit was
Yeah.
crack though, man.
Yeah. What y'all think
It was
about
slept on.
Cannabis?
Cannabis. Was he
Oh
from New Jersey?
shit! I didn't even have
Yeah.
him in my Jersey fucking.
Yeah,
party.
y'all slept on him.
Cannabis was from
Wow.
New Jersey.
Yeah, he's from
Wait.
Newark.
Really?
Yeah, where
Oh,
the
he
fuck
is.
you
Cannabis is
been?
the
He is from
dude,
Jersey.
bro.
Cannabis is the
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, you see,
That's why
Cannabis.
Wyclef.
Where you got him in now, Burns?
Tretch out of number 3.
Oh,
If we're
Cannabis?
talking just straight
Oh,
lyrical ability.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cannabis I think will beat Tretch.
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. For
Although
sure.
Tretch will give him a good fight.
He will, but nah.
Yeah,
you know-
Cannabis
And then
was
fuck
one of
him
my
up
favorite,
afterwards and body slam his ass.
Cannabis,
Cannabis-
I'll be honest.
was one of my favorite MCs, I think, until his album dropped, and it was what it was. And I think that album I think it aged better. So I think it sounds better now.
It does. I was listening
than
to
what
it.
it did when it came out. So yeah, definitely Cannabis I think is a classic artist. I think unfortunately with the battle and the album, the way it was received when it came out, he got like a bum rap.
Yeah.
And he'll always be looked at as an underachiever.
Right.
But no, I think he had real dope potential, and I think some of the recordings that he put out before his album, the freestyles and the Clue shits, yo, I think he has some real dope shit on there.
Hell yeah.
Some
He
real
was a
fire classic lyrical displays.
Yeah, like Cannabis, yo. The only thing that broke my heart was when he battled Disaster.
Yeah, that was fucked
That
up.
was fucking terrible, yo.
Shout
He was
out-
doing his
battled,
thing for a minute.
Who
Shout
he
out
battled?
he battled this cat named Disaster.
Disaster.
and
What
he-
was
he
it
got
on
murdered.
KOD, right? It was King of the Dot.
I think it was on.
Yeah. Go back and watch that, Mook. Yo, he was
Like the
battling
battle rap
Disaster.
shit?
Yeah, and then he had the audacity to pull out a notebook, yo.
Oh nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
And he was doing
got
alright
lost.
for a minute, but this kid Disaster was a beast, though.
You should have just stayed out of sight then.
Yeah. Go back and watch that. You never seen that shit?
Well,
Can't
Disaster's one of like the top battle rappers ever. And
How-
Cannabis definitely was not prepared.
Yeah, I don't think he was prepared.
So
Word.
yeah, it was like an embarrassing display.
Yeah, it
fucked
was.
up.
Damn.
But I
Man,
wanted to
legacy
say,
even worse.
You never seen that shit, Mook?
Nah.
Wow.
definitely check it out, but it's kind of sad.
It's kind of sad, but just
I
watch
don't even
it.
want to watch it now.
Yeah.
'Cause
No.
I remember him coming out. He was one of the nastiest. He was featured on The Firm.
Yeah.
He was on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Matter of fact, with Redman. Matter of fact, and
Hell
that
yeah.
did,
Mad
Yeah,
and,
he had
Red.
another song with Redman on the Lost Boys
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
That was super
Yeah.
dope, and he ripped.
and then he had that beef with LL, and then he did the album with Wyclef, and it kind of like just went out of sight. Like he was this mystical person, and just went out of sight as quick as he came.
That nigga joined the army, yo.
You know?
Yeah, he ended up joining the army.
He wound up going to the army and everything, yo.
I remember when he
Word.
came out and it was remember DMX versus Cannabis, the mixtape.
Oh,
Yes.
I still have that shit.
I remember that shit.
I still have it. I still have it on CD.
Yo, and DMX wound up winning. That's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely predicted Cannabis being the bigger artist.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
DMX just
Yeah.
in a head-to-head comparison, DMX killed him.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But Cannabis is
DMX
dope.
could have been
It was fucked up,
fucking
you know.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, DMX built. He had his run and he made his own legacy.
Yeah.
He could have been what Jay-Z is right now if DMX really wanted to. Like, if he had the smarts for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, spin his acting career and his music career into just, he would have been next level. But, you know, that'll be for the best Yonkers rappers and shit when we discuss him.
This guy wants to talk about the lock so bad.
The lock. Nah, man. D-Block.
D-Block.
All right,
nuts.
so what do we say? Lauryn Hill won?
Yeah. Well, I had my
Redman.
I got Redman.
Yeah, I had Redman.
and I was talking about Cannabis.
And Cannabis.
And you knocked him out of you knocked Tretch out of your top 3 for Cannabis.
Yeah, for sure. I'll put Cannabis at 3.
Cannabis.
Budden at
Okay.
2.
Remember he had beef with Eminem too.
Yeah, fuck Eminem. What?
Chill.
Beefing with Cannabis,
Yeah.
he beefing with Joe Budden. What he got against New Jersey?
I don't know.
Why y'all ain't thinking on that level? Ooh.
He got beef with Budden, Eminem? I thought he was on his on his label.
They ended up beefing somehow. I don't recall the story. But,
Who the fuck cares?
You can't bite the hand that feeds you. That's why Joe Budden always get that bad rap, man.
The haters, bro. Nobody could take the truth, man. That's why we're here, to deliver the truth. And shout out to the haters.
Yeah. I love my haters. And I love the hate. Yeah. Think about the oxymoronic statement.
Shout out to
I love the hate.
More so, shout out to the fans and the repeat listeners. And remember to follow at GAHHD_podcast. Follow deadass_worldwide. Follow the Black Vault.
Black BLACC.
Yeah. Follow call me _Joseph_.
Excellent.
Follow the Last Breath page, Last Breath Entertainment. Yeah, Last Breath Entertainment, bro. That's the dopest shit to come out of New Jersey.
Facts.
Stop.
Facts. Nice one.
Nice one.
J Kidd.
We've reached the end of another episode. Shout out to us. Y'all got any sign-offs?
VSOP, aka your favorite producer's favorite producer, aka Dottie Pippen, aka Billy Ho.
Oh, Billy Ho.
White boy.
Oh, and
White
Dottie.
boy.
Hot Boy Summer. You see, it continues into the
Hot Boy
fall.
Summer. Yeah, man.
Billy Ho.
You like that one, right? Shout out to Straight Fuego Studios, LBE.
Brother F. Oh, shout out to Brother F.
Yeah, man.
Mook, you got a sign off?
Yeah, sign off.
Word up. Is Bloodshot, a.k.a. Mook Edits.
Mook,
a.k.a. Mook, a.k.a. Nestle Sniper. Chocolate.
The Nestle Snipe.
The chocolate sniper, baby.
Yeah.
Nah, fact, man. Shout out to the whole Last Breath, man.
Word.
That our camp, man. Nice one. B Wise, J Kidd, J Trees, Facts.
True.
Definitely some Jersey rappers that needed to fucking blow. Word up.
True.
Blow up worldwide type shit.
Yes.
The brother Money Burns and the illest producers out there, Black Vault and my man VSOP.
Hey.
Know what I'm saying? Shout out my niggas. I just want to say one love to all the listeners and just keep listening in, man. We're going to keep doing our fucking thing.
True that.
Good shit.
Yeah. All right. As always, carry yourself with honor, carry yourself with pride. Chin up, chest out. Do y'all want me to add my new segment, the love song of the week?
Oh, what you got? What you got? What you got? I want to hear this.
Word up.
I want to hear this. Come on. What is it? What you got? Let's see.
All right, so I'm gonna hit y'all with. I hate that it's called the love song of the week, right? That's a funny title. I don't know why it's called that. It's just what came out. I'm gonna play y'all either love songs that I've just not love songs. I'm gonna play y'all songs that I've either recently just discovered or that I know and maybe y'all may or may not know.
Oh.
Whatever.
All right, go ahead.
So this song I actually just discovered yesterday.
Nice.
Thank you to shuffle mode on my phone, and I actually think it would be a dope sample. And I don't know if y'all ever heard it. So for the first edition of M. Burns' Love Song of the Week, I'm gonna go with a classic released in 1972. My man, Brother F, you know this song, Willie Colon, from the album El Juicio. The song is called Seguro Sin Ti.
Seguro Sin
And
Ti.
this is M. Burns' love song. I hate that it's called love song. Boom. Oh, yeah. That's the sample, right? Oh, shit.
Uh-huh. Listen to that shit.
Right?
Fucking dope already.
That's some real names. So, y'all go check that out.
Yeah. Some real shit right
Y'all
there.
go find that.
The boy Willie.
Wheelie. You got it up there, F, or no?
La Fania
Nah.
All-Stars.
All right.
That's M. Burns. That's a love song of the week.
Good shit, Burns.
It's funny that we would have that, but
Yeah. But
we need
it's
that. Yeah.
but shit.
Because you
Dope,
know
dope.
we talk hip hop. We debate hip hop, so we need the counterbalance, and we
Yeah.
should always begin and end with some love. So
You do got it.
You know, it's part of the culture too.
In the middle.
Absolutely.
I see it. You see it, Burns?
no, I'm blind.
Right there. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4 down in the middle.
Oh, I see it.
What are you seeing? What, the album cover?
album
The
is
album
on
cover
the
in the
wall,
studio.
Yeah. So I actually posted a picture on my Instagram story today of this wall of albums that is in the studio. Shout out Straight Fuego Studio.
Word.
And the M. Burns Love Song of the Week album is up on the wall, so that goes to show the universe everything is connected,
Yeah,
and
man.
it is all love.
Word.
So
No
with
doubt. You remind me of dude from Samuel L. Jackson from Do the Right Thing. Brother Love.
Oh, Brother Love. Absolutely. Yeah, so with that, shout out to y'all, shout out to us, and we're signing off episode 11.
Word.
No, excuse me, episode
12. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Episode 12, mic check 1, 2, the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast. I hope that is hitting on me.
Yo, once upon a time up in Jersey.